Hey, everybody, we are live here at the IAM 360 with Jacques Monier from Brytor International. So excited to be here right now, live in Atlanta, in the hub right now with a great sponsor, Brytor. Jacques, how are you doing? It's good to have you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Everything is going good so far.
Is this not amazing? What's
Man,
going on over here? It's been too long. It's been a few years since we've been at full strength, you know?
I told Ed yesterday he could have made it in the McDonald's in the parking lot, and I will have been there.
Yeah, you could have had a parking lot of McDonald's and you would have been there. Note to all the production people next year. We're doing this thing at McDonald's or maybe Varsity Burger down the street. This is great. It's great. It's great to be here. And where in the world are you from, Jacques?
I'm from Montreal, Canada.
Montreal,
Quebec.
Yes.
Real French Canadian. I born in Montreal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Montreal.
Yeah.
So I went to school in upstate New York
Okay.
at SUNY Albany,
Okay.
and we were just right up the turnpike there, 87. Be there in 2 hours. We had a lot of fun in Montreal.
Yes, I believe you.
He's like, I believe you. Yeah,
I know.
Thank you. It's a very credible statement.
Yes.
Besides having all that fun, though, what's going on from a moving perspective in Quebec?
It is pretty good. I mean, the French people, because Quebec is a French place where a lot of people from France are coming to immigrate in Quebec, Canada. So it's very, very busy. I mean, actually, the Canadian government has opened the visa. So they are welcoming a lot more people, and most of the people that are coming to Quebec are French-speaking person.
Yeah.
So it's great. We've been very busy.
So you have a lot of French immigration there
Oh yes,
because of the language.
because of the
obviously, being-
language, we protect our language. That's
Yeah,
the
you
only
really
place
do.
in North America that we protect the language. We have our own law, our own things. So it's like you go to France, but in Canada.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, going there from New York, it felt like I was in another. I mean, obviously another country. It felt like I was in Europe. It felt like I was in another continent,
Absolutely.
and that adds so much to the experience and everything. Talk about where you service and talk about Brytor for a second, because I got to tell you, I'm first of all so appreciative because yesterday Brytor sponsored what was probably the best session at this conference, and because we were having a conversation with actual corporate relocation clients. And I thank you so much for allowing us to bring, the likes of Fiserv in and the likes of UPS. Coca-Cola was in the room. Just bringing in those folks from Cox Enterprises and from Warner Media. I mean, Discovery Channel. I mean, it was just incredible having folks there. So thank you for sponsoring that. Really.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Brytor and what do y'all do?
Well, I've been in business for a long time, since 18 years old. I just like an old good story. You were, starting with the truck. I was going to school, paying the school, with
Wow.
the truck. And I'm 59, so that's been, almost 41 years,
So you started with a truck?
with a truck to pay my study in school.
Oh my gosh! Started with a truck and a good work ethic and an economic need.
Yes, absolutely.
And how did it build from just? Well, first of all, what made you decide? And I'm sorry, I'm going to get into this because
Yes.
I love this story. All right.
All right.
So what made you decide? You know what I need? I need a truck.
Yeah.
What made you decide that was going to be the way that you were going to get there?
Well, I was in my mother. I came back from California. I lived 2 years from 16 to 18 years old in
Okay.
California. Came
Okay.
back with nothing. So I came back to my mom and I said, I need to start the school. And so she said, hey, I have somebody that is doing the delivery. You could join as a driver or helper. I said, yes, I take the job right away. But 3 months after, I had the truck because they were needed. I bought a truck with almost no money.
How do you buy a truck with no money at that age?
I took a weekend, man, to search around and make a commitment to someone. So he said, "Okay."
So you
pay
found
me-
a person, not a bank, but a person, an individual.
Yes,
And you said, and you just worked out a deal with them.
yes, and everything
Wow.
I did, I honor. I paid back, and people trusted me, and it just went. 3 years later, I had 17 trucks in front of my house.
3 years later, it's in
17.
front of your house.
Yes, I was parking on the Metropolitan Boulevard, just under the. So 17
3 years later, I could just picture this house. This must have been a big house. Was it a big house? with
No, it was
17
a small one, but
small house, big parking lot.
yes. It was amazing. So it just went fast. At that moment also, it was a good time. Okay, you had this big dinosaur mover, And the small one, when they get in, I mean, you just put an ad in the yellow page, and then boom, the phone was just ringing.
Wow.
So it went very fast.
And this is in Canada,
That is in Canada, yes.
in Quebec. So now, 3 years into it, you got 17 trucks.
Yes.
And what year was this?
That was in the 1984, 85, 86. Yes.
Wow. 1984, 85, 86. He's got 17 trucks in front of his house. And what happened next?
Next, we just diversified. There were two major turn. The economy went down on 88 and in 1991. So we needed to adjust. So what I did, obviously, we needed to look what was more profitable for the company. So we went into the international move in 1998.
So you went from doing what were you doing, like local moves
move,
before?
commercial move,
commercial,
yes.
So
Yes.
office,
home delivery for furniture.
Were you doing any inter-province move?
In 1998, yes, we were an agent of Allied Van Line.
Ah, okay.
North American.
North American
first, and then in 1991 we became an agent of Allied in Canada.
Okay,
so we made two van lines.
Okay, so you were doing some long distance moving that in the late 80s. Okay,
yes.
And then what was the idea about diversifying into the international space?
I just thought, I like the challenge. Okay, and I just thought someone said, don't go in international because it's very, very complicated. And you never say that to me.
I love it.
If you put me in challenge, you have the right guy.
Oh, it's too hard for you. You won't like it. You can't do it.
Yeah, you don't tell me that. So I said, okay, let's try international. You tell me it's hard. So we were very successful with the international, actually.
I like. So if you want to know how to get something out of Jacques, tell me he can't do it. All right.
Exact.
Listen, you can't buy me dinner tonight, Jacques. Okay, you just can't do it. All right.
All right. Let's get the credit card.
Now the credit card comes out. See, that's how it works with Jacques. You can't tell him you can't do something. No, so then you got an international, yes. And what was that like starting that new business line? I mean, it's a whole different beast.
Yes.
I mean, you went from being an asset-heavy, local and long-distance mover doing commercial work, very much a men and trucks operation, I presume, to then doing international, which is very much the forwarding and logistics side of it.
Yeah.
How was that? What was that transition like?
It was a bit more complicated for sure because you have a lot of more technical things like paperwork, custom formalities, and I mean it's another thinking international. So, but I enjoy and I got some good people that I could get around me, and they made a fantastic job. So when we saw that it was more profitable than the other local move and all that. So we just went in, And today, actually, Brytor, we 100% international.
100%
like if you want to eat a good pizza, you go to the pizzeria. Now, if you want to move international, you come to us.
You come to Brytor.
We do 100% international.
Wow.
Nothing more than that.
So now you don't have the 17 trucks in front of your house anymore.
No, we have a little more.
We got a little more. So do you still operate a warehouse and trucks operation?
Yes, the success of our business, and I know a lot of folks. They don't have trucks. They just go give subcontract and so we did that at one point. We had nothing, but I found for quality we needed to have at least a base. So every location we have now in Canada, we have 7 locations. Wow. Every location has a warehouse, has a bonded warehouse, and we have trucks, we have crew. At the minimum at least, and right. They work good for quality. We know it's the good things to do.
This is the second time I've heard how important it is to have assets.
Yes.
And I think that sometimes people think of, IAM and the members as being non-asset based and forwarders. But in reality, I'm meeting so many great operators also who are on the ground, boots on the ground. You said you have 7 locations. Where are those 7 locations?
We have from the Maritime, Halifax, Montreal, Quebec City, Ottawa. We are a big player in Ottawa for all the government and the consulate and all that. Toronto, of course, Calgary and Vancouver.
Wow! So yeah. all across,
coast to coast.
Wow! Yeah. And now, are you? You said you're focusing on international. Do Do you do some of that long distance
Yeah, cross border, because we call it international. For us, it's U.S., Canada, two countries. So for us, we do a lot of cross border. Actually, we just bought the company Formula, as you may know. So we do have now a very good base in Florida, and in February we are opening Seattle.
Wow,
Yeah.
Florida and Seattle.
Yes. So
wow, Seattle's a tough market. That's going to be exciting.
Very exciting. It's actually 1 hour and a half from our office in Vancouver. I drove a 1 hour and a half with the coffee. I just arrived to.
So you're gonna have like local international moves.
Yes. Yeah.
No, that's fantastic. What do people need to know about shipping between Canada and the U.S.? Because I lived in Detroit.
Yeah.
It was just a stone's throw to Windsor. We've been to IAM in Vancouver. We know it's right over the border from Washington State. Should be easy, right?
Yeah, the things in Canada is different than the US. In US, you can make a $32.99 US custom form. You just pass the driver's pass and it's done. In Canada, you need to meet with the custom officer. They want to see you and see who you are. So you cannot send a shipment to Canada if you don't have a partner there with a bonded warehouse. Otherwise, the drivers is going to be stuck at the border. You're going to need to call the customer and say, "Hey, come and meet me at the custom." That's not going. The customer will be very upset. So you need to deal with a partner that has a bonded warehouse, and so we do have that. And so when the carrier cross border, they just show our bond. They come to our place. They deliver the shipment. We send the customer to clear custom, and then we deliver the shipment. It's a very nice process. It flow very, very good, but you need to have that partner that has bonded places.
Yeah, and it sounds like all your warehouses are bonded.
All the warehouse, 7 warehouse bonded. Yes.
So how many trucks do you think you have now running?
Oh. We use a special kind of trucks. Okay, if you see my truck, you will say, "Jacques, what is that?"
Jacques, what are these trucks, Jacques?
Exactly. So this is one of our recipe. So our recipe is pickups truck. Do you know what is a pickup?
Pickup trucks. Yeah. Hey, I live in Texas, man.
Yes.
That's pickup truck.
Exactly.
We got our own Texas edition pickup truck.
And you know what is a trailer? Like that you hook.
Yeah, you
the small
trailer. Yeah, sure.
Contractor trailer.
Yeah.
So I came up with this idea 10, 15 years ago. And so we have these trailers from small one to very, very large one. To
like how big?
32 is 32 feet.
Feet, and I appreciate you saying in feet too. That helps you out.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So in a 32 feet, you put about 45, 50 cubic meter in those trailers. So you can have 10, 20, 30 trailers. You load these trailers and then you tell your drivers, okay, take this pickup, take these trailers and go. You go. So It's easier to have the big truck where when the truck breaks, you lose the truck, you lose all the equipment, So I can have less pickup, many trailers, and you just move the trailers one by one, and it's very practical.
And you could even probably spot them at locations and have one truck delivering multiple trailers throughout the day.
I had a customer one time. He said, "Jacques, I don't have too much money. Can you just do something?" I said, "Okay, let's do something. I'm going to spot the trailer in your house.
Yeah.
You load yourself." And I go with my pickup. I take and you're going to be saving money because you do yourself.
Yeah.
So he was extremely happy. So that's a good kind of service, and not too many people knows that, but. It's whenever I have a new mover, you see that, you say, "Hey, I never worked with this." But then after that, he come to always to see me and say, "Jacques, this is the most better things I've never seen."
I love it. I love what you're saying there too, because it's counterintuitive,
Yes.
And you're right. People are going to see that and be like, "That's not the big shiny 53-foot tractor trailer that we're used to." But those tractor trailers have so many limitations.
Yes.
You're running shuttles all the time on them.
Yeah.
You're right. Now your power unit is connected to your capacity.
Yeah.
You need a different type of driver's license oftentimes, right? So that means now recruiting becomes a hard thing to do, right?
Insurance is cheaper.
Insurance
you don't
is cheaper.
need. Your father could probably drive that. There's no class to drive
He's
that.
He's a terrible driver.
Okay, no, I don't.
Maybe not Dan Cross. I don't know if Dan Cross is watching right now, but. I've been in a U-Haul with him, and it's very perilous. No, but this is fantastic. I love learning about different business models, and I worked in portable moving and storage containers for a long time, so I understand the utility of being able to leave something at a customer's home. And I also love the fact that now you have the flexibility of offering a somewhat do-it-yourself option, a you pack, we drive model.
We do that. Yes.
So I mean, you're super responsive to customers' needs.
Yep.
So you must be doing really well. Do you do a lot of consumer business?
you'll be surprised. We are 80% private. This is our strength.
80%
Before
private transfer.
before we bought Brytor, okay,
Mhm.
Brytor was a different model. Brytor had about 80%. It was all corporate and the
Right.
agent business, and we
Right.
were 80% private. So when we bought Brytor International in 2017, we made the beautiful marriage,
Yeah.
because we had the private Saudi market and they had the corporate. So that's worked very good.
Fantastic. It makes
Yes.
perfect sense to me. I love it because most of these movers in here specialize in corporate B2B business. That's why they're here,
Yeah.
connecting with other businesses.
Yeah.
But I love talking to people who are nimble and entrepreneurial enough to see how to crack that private transfer market, because it's a huge market and it's only getting bigger because a lot of the corporate volume is going into the private transfer
Yeah.
marketplace because of self-directed relocations, because of the lump sum shift that's going on. So learning how to capture that private transfer market is going to become paramount to success in the future. I think.
Absolutely, especially now because a lot of corporations, they just give money to their employees.
Yeah.
They say they get there we go, $10,000.
Here's a lump sum. Go figure it out.
Find your mover. So
Right.
that's simple for them, and for the consumer, they just can try to save money and keeping some for them.
And with those budgets,
Yeah.
they need other options, right? They may not be able to afford the full pack.
Yeah.
Right, of the corporate move. So,
Yeah.
I love the responsiveness. I love the ingenuity.
Thank you.
And it's no wonder that you've grown so much.
Yeah.
Love the story.
Thank you.
Jacques, thank you so much for stopping by here at
Thank
IAM
you very much.
360.
I appreciate it.
Jacques Monier, Brytor International, here at the IAM 360 in Atlanta. Thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate you. We will see y'all later.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right.